Good evening and welcome to the Toronto Rock Athletic Centre. Two teams this evening in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League can get to 2 wins. Mimico Mountaineers facing Peterborough. We'll keep you apprised of that game. But here in Oakville, it's the Buzz coming off their victory on Wednesday evening, 6-3 over Six Nations. And on the other side of things, the Brampton Excelsiors won all of 3 games last year, their first game this season, although down the stretch, a lot of them were much closer than their records and stats indicated. We'll see what they've got here this season. Yes, indeed, I am Matthew Carrick. For Kennedy Knight was asking, want to give you a shout out, sir, as we present Ontario Junior Lacrosse League action here. JVI Sports Network in the house. As we're set to go, face-off between the Oakville Buzz and the Brampton Excelsiors. Oakville in their cream jerseys with green lettering. They will go right to left here in the first period. But the face-off is won by the maroon and gold of the Excelsiors, working left to right off the visitors' bench. Quick ball movement already out of the set. Eric Ward, the second highest point scorer for this team, takes that shot after Lucas Hukel was dropped with a aggressive screen. 3 20-minute periods here in Junior A. They give the quick restart as well, as this ball is already down in the offensive zone. Luke Dalwick had a goal and an assist in Wednesday's win. Starts the attack, now goes to throw the screen out here for Xander Durkatz. His hat trick powering the Buzz to that victory the other night. Shot clock will continue to tick down after this hit off the foot of a defender and goes the length of the floor. 6 now is to get it back. Durkatz to the returning Will Sheehan, his low shot stopped by Connor O'Toole. Second Junior A season for O'Toole. Getting the start here this evening. It's back-to-back starts for Dante Mancini for the Oakville Buzz. Callum Leiter up top to Eric Acton, who was third in team goal scoring last year for this Excelsior team. Ball down, nearly picked up there by Witter, and it will go into the Oakville stick, but their 10 count is already on, already on, and that forced a bit of a rush decision from Hayden Thompson, who launched it down floor. In a minute and a half, it's Dante Bowen picking up to Darcy Thompson. Thompson looking for the give and go as he went to the crease. Nice stick check there by the other Thompson. Hayden, number 2 for Oakville. Carter Moran will play it over the timeline. Marcus Kelleher, the lone red bucket out there for Oakville this evening. Side here, Ethan Kelleher and Ryan Barker all subbing out as Matthew Villas, Will Sheehan, and Miles Newport come in. The roster changes from the game we did here on Wednesday night. Game which, by the way, you can still see on the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League's YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed for all the action all season long. Dante Koulis starting now for the Excelsiors. Putting it in the corner, Chris De Silva. Ball popped out of the stick there of Witter. And now back to the far side. Bowie Horseman, statistical leader in nearly every category for the Excelsiors, has it stripped. And a 2-on-1 developing here for the Oakville Buzz. But ball turned over and we go back the other way. Phoenix Pullet. High pass brought down by Acton. He'll fake it to Ward. Acton still has it though, and now passing continues over with the righties. Pulling for Ward. Out in front and a low shot there. Darcy Thompson right on the crease. Forced Mancini to go down low, and then a nice move for another shot from Acton, forcing Mancini into a save again. And Acton is going to pick up this rebound. Third consecutive set and another hidden ball play as it rolls over to the far side into the stick of Koulis. Back through the middle, sidearm shot off balance from Ward. Mancini hangs on to that and the rebound. Joel Johnson encouraging his bench to push it as they bring it up and over center. Here's Sheehan. Will Sheehan, 8th overall points getter in the OJLL last year, 5th in goal scored with 53. Slots back into the lineup. Sidearm shot from Jack McAlpine. Squeaks through the legs of O'Toole for the first goal of the game. Not sure that O'Toole saw that entire thing, as it's partially around a screen, but it is 1-0 for Oakville. Bowen hard after that face-off. Goes back after Thomas Bagnall playing game number 2 of his Junior A career. Sheehan will backpedal, wait for Luke Dawick to get out there. To the far side for Jake Wright. Sheehan into Kelleher, low shot, and after that goal went through the 5-hole, they go right back to it, and the shot from Kelleher. Down the floor, Ty Carty took a bump, knocked him off that ball, and it's played back quickly for Matthew Villas. Villas has Sheehan off the bench. Durkat's following, wants to slow things up because there's a delayed penalty. They get Mancini on the bench, and Luke Dawick will jog it through. Extra attackers, Malachi Good, right in the middle of the defensive set. Sheehan looking for Dawick again, and pass just missed late in the shot clock. Sheehan will rip, and it's just wide. Well, it looked like the official did signal reset before it went up and out of play. And we get the first penalty of the game. And it goes to the Excelsiors. Oakville Buzz were 1 for 6 on the power play on Wednesday night, facing the most penalized team in the OJ last year in the Six Nations Arrows. Second highest penalty minutes for the Excelsiors from last year. Sheehan's hard shot got right into the midsection of Riley DeLille on the follow-through. And as O'Toole made the save, DeLille had an extra little shove for Sheehan. Thinking at a corner, Darcy Thompson slams on the brakes as the defense recovers. Shot clock down to 6 seconds now. Excelsiors will be fine with that as they try and kill off as much time as possible. And just enough time for a Koulis skip shot into the midsection of Mancini. Played just about 6 minutes here in the opening period. Just the 1 goal from Jack McAlpine. Minute and 10 seconds remains here on Oakville's first power play. Sheehan to right. Looking for Durkatz. That popped out of his stick, and DeLille hard after it. Durkatz recovering to put another big hit on Carty. Rough starting 6 minutes here for Carty, and they'll find Dante Bowen, who will slow things down. One of the more aggressive loose ball players you will see here in Junior A. As Bowen passes off, Chris De Silva. De Silva from the outside. Looking to work around Cale Carey. Carey looked like he may have grabbed the shoulder. We're going to go 4-on-4 here as that shot goes wide of the mark. 33 seconds remaining in the initial penalty to the Excelsiors. Head to OntarioJuniorLacrosse.com and click the shop link for all your bar-down merchandise from all your favorite Ontario Junior A Lacrosse League teams and the league. Especially team-branded merchandise, all available at OntarioJuniorLacrosse.com. 4-on-4 here for about 30 seconds as Eric Acton looks for the first shot, then gave an extra slash as him and Lucas Hukel were staring each other down. So with 10 seconds to go in the first Brampton penalty, we're going to stay 4-on-4. Sheehan finding Kelleher back. They'll slow things up. The red shoes of Luke Dawick. How about the no-look pass to Sheehan on and in the crease? We'll stop play, and we'll get the cross-check. Releasing Callum Witter. And Eric Acton will take his place, so we'll go 4-on-4 for a minute 27 now, with 13 to go in our first period. Shots actually favoring the Excelsiors to this point. 7-6. And a lot of room to work with. Malachi Good. Can't break free of Bowen. Durkatz to Sheehan. Quick ball movement here from the buzz. Sheehan turns and fires. And it bounced around in the legs of O'Toole a little bit, but eventually found the stick long enough to get the reset. Carty. Back in the line for Ward. Takes a couple high hacks. A lot of room over on the far side for Koulis. Now gets a screen. Fakes the over-the-shoulder shot. Takes one on the run, and that didn't miss the side of the net by much. Hukel getting some attention from the trainer. Both of them had to duck for cover over on that home bench. 50 seconds remaining. 4-on-4. Hayden Thompson bringing it into the stick of Wright. He'll find it. That's Jake Dawick on the far side. On the run, a sidearm shot from Wright. And again, one that's looking low on O'Toole, but since that opening goal, he's been good and better at closing that door. 20 seconds now, remaining 4-on-4. It was Chris Dong who took that penalty, by the way. One of, actually the only Buzz player to play all 20 games last season for Oakville. Well, falling. How did he get that shot away? Did Koulis. Mancini stands in to make the save as this turns into a brief 33-second power play for the Excelsiors. Sheehan realizes and will slow things down. But how about Koulis back the other way? Two players on top. His bodies, he went to the carpet, still got a sidearm away, and Mancini to make the save. Shot goes in on O'Toole. He makes the shoulder shrug save. I said this was a Brampton power play. I apologize. It's Oakville as the time's up on the wrong side here in-house. But Malachi Good will pass off. Sheehan up top. And doesn't matter now as we go back to 5-on-5. Just as the penalized player gets back on the floor, Pullen was coming off the bench, replacing him. That ball nearly bounced right at his feet. Look out, Sheehan going for a run. Number of fakes before taking the shot. It looked like off the face mask of O'Toole. 40 seconds away from the halfway mark of this first period. 1-0 Oakville Buzz. Looking for their second win of the season, which would put them atop the OJLL standings. Big high step, long shot from Logan Donnelly. First time we've called that name here tonight. And Mancini handling that shot as well. Here's Kelleher. Waits for Durkatz off the bench. For Wright. Durkatz. Luke Dawick was cutting through, went for the shot instead, and Jake Dawick can't stop the over and back. Shot clock was winding down anyways, so most of Oakville already getting that change started. Trent Robertson. Back for Darcy Thompson. Thompson to the outside for De Silva. Looks to cut back around the corner. Can't do it, so he'll look to wheel over the top now. And all of that pressure, well done by Bagnell. Popped the ball free, and here comes Oakville in transition. The back check from Koulis knocks Carey down. Eric Acton. Playing here for another Eric Ward. His shot may have hit something on the way, a changeup that floated into Mancini. Now it turns into a loose ball along the half boards. They reset it, and they're going to say it was in the stick of Oakville, who are deep in their 8 count, got to hurry and won't get there. Go back to that Carey breakaway. About 5 or 6 of those, if not clean runs to the goaltender. 2-on-1s, 1 or 2 3-on-1s for Oakville back on Wednesday, so definitely a transition team to look out for. Donnelly trying to find Thompson up top. Couldn't do it. It bounces off the boards. And back into the stick of Hukel, who is back on the floor and carries it into the offensive zone. Will Sheehan works around the screen. Throwing another one is McAlpine. Only goal scorer so far today. Going to try the exact same play. Went to the same spot, and it's turned aside by O'Toole. 11 saves now for the Brampton netminder. Excelsiors basically returning the same lineup. No Adrian Chanel, though, who was second in goals for this team last year. And no Caleb Slinger, who graduated out of Junior A last year. But this early in the season, with players still making their way back from the States, these are the games you need to win. And credit the Excelsiors keeping it close. Here's that transition we talked about. Villas lowers the shoulder and tried to go over the shoulder for the shot, and he missed the mark after barreling through Liam Steele. Cam and Cody Merritt still not here. Neither is 20th pick Nicholas Belmonte or Mason Blacktop. The trade acquisition from the Toronto Beaches. Two-man game works to perfection. Gets in the back of the net, but with a foot in the crease. There for Darcy Thompson. And Keller will bring it back the other way. Goal taken off the board for the Excelsiors, as Thompson found himself with all kinds of space. Now a skip shot from Dawick gets in on O'Toole. Waiting for the goalie water break here as we can check that no crease call, or no goal in the crease call. But here's Whiter. Back for Thompson. Thompson will throw a couple of screens in front of the ball carrier Ward. Now back to the righty. Shot from Horseman. Mancini there for the save. Horseman will pick up the loose ball rebound though. And a fresh 30 here for the Excelsiors. Donnelly down the boards. Into the stick of Coolis. Coolman steps up to make sure there's no shot. And now De Silva back in front. Big hard hit and the arm goes up. It's Dong going back to the box, who got a piece of Whiter. See what this is, but first we get a chance to check this no goal. Look at the C's part here, and that right foot, I believe, on the crease on the no goal. Good call from the official there, catching Darcy Thompson out. So it remains 1-0, although the Excelsiors get their first power play of the game and the season. Thompson's shot in on net already with 3 separate trips to the box for the Excelsiors and an 8-second call against Oakville. We'll give it back to Brampton. They didn't even get it past the fan. Here's Eric Ward having trouble picking up that loose ball. Phoenix Pullen will flip it to Horseman. Fakes up top, fakes the corner. Now goes back to Ward. Horseman hard shot off the shoulder of Mancini, who will shrug it out as the rebound's picked up and ran out of harm's way. This is Dong. I believe it was Thompson who picked up that penalty. Thomas Bagnall for high sticking. Giving the Excelsiors that power play. Liam Steele kind of caught in line change or chase the ball mode, and that'll give the Excelsiors possession deep in Oakville territory as opposed to back close to the timeline. 50 seconds left in that man advantage. Here's Ward. Getting the pass from Coolis. Coolis will work around a screen and a shot that goes off the end boards and all the way back and over and back, waiting for the whistle. There it is. 36 seconds to go here, so Oakville can't take the entire thing off the board. 4:49 to go here in the first period. Low scoring affair here on Wednesday. Looks like we're in for another one. Kelleher. Down the boards, Durkats. Caught Jake Wright on his way through. Screen set by Luke Dawick. Right for Durkats. Kelleher trying to throw a screen, and Durkatz will cut back and beat the double team himself. And we'll run out of time on the shot clock. They do indeed take the penalty time all the way down to as far as they could, 6 seconds, and that'll mean nothing doing here for the Excelsiors on their power play. Both teams 0 for 1 so far with 4 minutes left to go in our first period. High screen set by Eric Acton. They want a shot from Ward on the Excelsior bench. He'll give off to Horseman instead and then take it, and it goes off the back of Carter Moran. Close to the over and back line, and I don't think it was going to be over and back because of the deflection, but shot clock sounds anyways, and that'll give it back to Oakville. Shot 16-13 in favor of the Excelsiors now. Sheehan sets up, cuts back, and immediately the double team back on the slide, and that forced the pass, and Trent Robertson's going to go for a run. Robertson felt pressure coming and popped the ball free. A little bit extra from the ground there from Robertson, and a nice job by his number 12 counterpart, Zach Kuhlman. Player we don't get to talk about a lot is Kuhlman, but real steady defender, definitely a hard worker. Been an impressive couple of seasons for Kuhlman in an Oakville Buzz uniform. Low shot there from right, and we get a high sticking call coming here. I believe it's Dante Bowen going to give the Buzz their second power play of the game. It'll actually be their third. Of course, they had the Buzz had the abbreviated one when we did all that 4-on-4. That was 17 seconds or so. Sheehan up top, his shot, past two defenders over the top, and O'Toole picks it out of the crowd. Ty Carty will jog it over mid-floor. DeLille got held up and a bit late going to the bench. Now a collision over on the half wall. Hard physical battle here, trying to pop it free. Out of the stick of Callum Wetter. And it is going to be Bagnall that picks it out. Luke Dawick to flip it to Sheehan as we near the 2-minute warning. Halfway through this Oakville power play. They set up with Dawick in the corner. Right, Sheehan goes around the back for Durkatz, big move. Shot and lane had opened up, but only briefly, so Sheehan has to bring it down. Looking for Dawick. I thought we were going to get a change of possession there as Poling got run over, but then the shot clock sounds. As that defense goes off, oh boy. Liam Steele and Eric Acton got their signals crossed right at the timeline, and ball went over, but the body of Acton did not, so we continue with 10 on the shot clock here for the Excelsiors. They can take this penalty time down to about 12 seconds. Oh, what did that hit? Looked like the net behind Mancini moved, although he did not, and stays on his correct side. Durkatz. As we hit the last minute of the period, and we go back to 5-on-5 at the same time. Look out for Sheehan. Played that off the end boards and playing Canadian crease rules here, so the dive has to be away from the goaltender. The feet have to stay out of the blue turf at the same time, and that would have been pretty from Sheehan if he could have put it all together. Mancini handles another Excelsiors shot. As we come down the stretch here, both teams will have 2 timeouts. They can use 1 per period. Diagram already being set up over on that Excelsior bench for when they get the ball back. Kelleher to Dawick. Down in the corner. Right directing traffic. He'll find Durkatz on the crease. Kelleher was trying to sneak back door, and they couldn't get it there, and we'll see what the Excelsiors decide to do. I think timeout has already been signaled to allow Pat O'Toole and company to talk it over over on the bench. 11.8 seconds remaining here in our first period. Reminder, you can also download the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League app from the App Store. Your one-stop shop for all things Junior A lacrosse. You'll also be able to check in on the Mimico Mountaineers Peterborough Lakers game, where the Mountaineers lead right now 3-0. Isaiah Moran-Weeks, another goal to continue to lead Junior A in scoring. And Justin Lee, a pair of goals for the Mounties tonight as well. 1-0 here with the Excelsiors, setting up for the final shot with O'Toole on the bench. Lefties will be Darcy Thompson, Eric Ward. They'll put Chris De Silva down in the corner. Up top, it'll be Eric Acton and Bowie Horseman and Dante Koulis over on the left side. Here comes the final 10-second set. Koulis faking it out of the corner. That open room up top, and the shot there. Acton looking for a second chance. Can't pull it off the turf. And Jack McAlpine, the lone goal scorer in that first period, has a 1-0 lead here for the Buzz. We'll take a 10-minute timeout and be back to the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. You're watching Ontario Junior Lacrosse League action.
On our family dairy farm, there's a saying that the sun doesn't start the day, we do. It's our daily reminder to be our best, make our best. And that our dairy farm doesn't just take care of our family, it's part of something bigger. That's dairy done right.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Gatorade.
1-0 the score for the Oakville Buzz after the first period. Low scoring contest here Wednesday night. We'll see if the trend continues here in period number 2. JVI Sports Network presenting Ontario Junior Lacrosse League action here from the Toronto Rock Athletic Centre. Our thanks to Gatorade and the Dairy Farmers of Ontario for helping provide our games of the week. Excelsiors now going right to left, still away from Connor O'Toole, and it's still Dante Mancini down to our left in net for Oakville. Ball finally pops free of the circle, which means everyone else is allowed to get in there, and they do. Ball eventually rolls into the stick of Xander Durkatz, and the second period officially underway. Oakville going 0 for 3 on the power play in that first period. And going to go back to the power play early on here. Big tie-up in front of the net. And we'll see. Are we taking one each here? Will Sheehan going off. And Mark Van Scheppen. Let's see if we can pick it up here. In front. Yeah, Sheehan went back at Van Scheppen after for the offsetting call. Played a significant amount of 4-on-4 in that middle part of that first period. We're going to do it again. Can let you know that the Mimico Mountaineers are now leading Peterborough by a score of 4-0. Chris Dong going off for cross-checking. Mark Van Scheppen as well. My mistake, I believe we're playing 5-on-5 here. Both times still up on the clock, but Logan Donnelly cares not. His play continues. Over to the outside, now over the top, Barrick Ward. That shot in on Mancini, immediately looking down floor. This is the transition period. Buzz do it well already, and look at that down the floor. The touch pass, a thing of beauty. Ending up in the stick of Matthew Kirkmeyer. Mancini's peak down floor, had to wait for the change, and then look at this pass, knowing that pressure is coming. And Kirkmeyer puts it in, I believe, the first Junior A goal for Kirkmeyer. Got to pick up the assist there because you deserve the credit they're deserved. Waiting for a game sheet to update here. Give you a chance to remind you can get all your stats on OntarioJuniorLacrosse.com. As pass from Liam Steele. Looking for Trent Robertson back of the line. Rolls for the over and back. Carter Moran. Luke Dawick. Outside the restraining line. Gets a pick. Goes around it in the low shot. Gets through the legs of O'Toole. And 2 quick goals in succession as Dawick scores his second of the season. So maybe the Buzz were onto something as the screen here, and this shot going to come down low on O'Toole, and yeah, it looks like it's straight down the pipe. And I can tell you, downstairs getting rosters, the Oakville coaching staff had picked up on something in O'Toole as he was warming up. That assist, by the way, Matthew Villas. That beautiful little touch pass on the previous goal by Kirchmeyer. Dawick's goal being assisted by McAlpine and Kelleher. As the Brampton shot goes wide to the mark. Travis Huckel. Trying to see if Oakville can really stretch this one out now. Neither team Wednesday really able to get anything going with good consistency. Here is Malachi Good trying to change that here tonight, and then the shot, and again it's low, right towards that right pad. And a big high step from Koulis. He'll flip the pass. Nifty feed to Bowie Horseman, who pretty much immediately goes into the corner for De Silva. He'll play it off the wall to Koulis again. Koulis stopped by Thompson, a sidearm shot from Bowie Horseman, finds Mancini. Ball did briefly roll out of the crease, but he'll get it down to Moran. Nice back check from Liam Steele to pop that ball free. He'll go up to Dante Bowen, who finds a man coming off the bench. It's Ward, who got stripped by Dong. And the Oakville bench wants to slow things down. Kelleher has help. Luke Dawick, the last one coming off, pointing out instructions. Out to the corner is Jake Wright. He'll take two defenders with him down low, and shot lane opened up for Dawick, and it was there for quite some time, but then Phoenix Poland popped the head of his stick in just as that ball was arriving on scene. 2 goals in 24 seconds for the Oakville Buzz. Have them up 3-0. Excelsiors looking for their first one, and Eric Acton, I think, had eyes for the skies, but taken down by a Buzz defender and into the crease. Speaking of, pretty much the same thing back the other way, with Jack McAlpine landing at the feet of Connor O'Toole. 4 minutes gone here in the second period. A pair of goals for the Buzz. Shot skips off Mancini, and then the end glass. Mancini saying you didn't touch it, but looked like the clock was reset, but then I guess the over and back after it bounced off the Excelsiors player's stick. Either way, the Buzz have it with 20 on their shot clock. Wright being spied here. He'll get the screen from Good and wheel over the top. Right for Durkatz. Xander Durkatz, well falling, flips it to Kelleher. Up top for Wright, sidearm shot, and O'Toole makes the save. Luke Dawick is going to chase after the rebound, and we'll get a fresh 30 seconds here for the Buzz. Chris Dong back to center. He came out late in that clock to start the change and stop the counterattack. Dong is going to stay on here. His possession up for grabs, and Luke Dawick gets a round of applause and a head tap for a hard work shift. Jake, meanwhile, hobbling off. Going to take a knee in behind the bench part of that home area, and the trainer goes to talk to him. We'll keep our eye down on number 4 as the shot comes in on O'Toole. Ty Carty. Pass here for Donnelly. He'll send it outside and then cut to the net. Lefties now get involved. Out of the corner, De Silva. Cross check put on him to stop him in his tracks. Now recovery screen by Callum Whiter. And Mancini will hang on. Junior A debut season for Mancini after both Sam Haynes for Oakville graduating last year. Sam Haynes and Aiden Walsh. Both getting drafted last year as well. Koulis cutting to the net will score with a man all over him. Goaltenders are going to take a break here, which gives us time to check this goal out. Koulis up top, switches hands, credit to the screen, and sees the lane. There's the penalty. Everything looks good on the feet, and That one's in the back of the net to start it for the Excelsiors. 3-1 here at the track. We'll take a quick timeout before we bring you back for second period action. Dante Koulis getting the Excelsiors on the board. They're giving Neil Adamson an assist. You can add one to Logan Donnelly as well, who set the screen to allow Koulis to get to the cage. Perfect. An example of those Canadian crease rules. Normally in the NLL, you'll see the player take off, but both feet stayed on the carpet, tiptoes the line, and puts it in to get the Excelsiors on the board here. .26 minutes and 32 seconds of shutout lacrosse for the Oakville Buzz before that goal. Led the league in terms of goals against last season. Of course, Haynes and Walsh, a big part of that. Both of them, as we were saying before the goal, getting drafted. Sammy Haynes to the Toronto Rock and Aiden Walsh to the Georgia Swarm. And look, there's another goal. All right, Buzz fans, we'll stop talking about it. Bowie Horseman. This time, number 1 points leader. Look at all the room and time he has to shoot and just picks the most perfect spot over top of that left knee of Mancini. And just like that, the Excelsiors back within one. So after goals in 24 seconds earlier on in the period from Oakville, we get goals within 43 for the Excelsiors, if my math is correct, which is highly unlikely. Will Sheehan. Sounded like he busted the stick there of Trent Robertson, but him and his twig remain on the floor. Ball goes over and back anyways to start that change. .12 minutes to go here in our second period. Scheduled for 3:20. Shots still favor Brampton, 27-22. No shot that time from Koulis. Goes outside for Darcy Thompson. Ball down, popped out of the stick of Ward. He'll go back down the boards. Witter. Little skip pass into the stick of Koulis. From long range, Mancini made the save. Rebound popped right to Logan Donnelly, though. And the Excelsiors back to work again. Donnelly to Koulis on the run. A carbon copy of his first one. We're all tied up. And Donnelly will officially pick up an assist here. Koulis helping his own cause with the screen, taking it to the crease. And I think we figured out his move. Back-to-back goals for Dante Koulis to have the Excelsiors tie this one up 3-3. As I had said earlier, neither team on Wednesday able to find momentum. It looked like Oakville was about to grab it here in the early going of this period. Seems safe to say it's on the side of the visitors' bench right now. Luke Dawick in the corner for Wright. Low shot, full splits for O'Toole on the McAlpine shot, as the Buzz continue to go low on the young Brampton netminder. Played his first season of Junior A last year. Shot clock on your screen incorrect. It'll reset now to get it there. The count was down on the floor, and again the Buzz way late in their 8 count. This is going to be turned over, regardless of the fact that Cardi had a bit of trouble with it. Brampton fans appreciate the effort to get it back. That's 3 times tonight by my count that we've had an 8-second violation against the Buzz. Chris Dong is going to bring it down. Dong on the run, switches hands, gets it away from Horseman, tries a twister. And did Horseman get just enough of that? Either him or Thompson, both were trailing. And result is the shot goes in the corner. How about 3 goals in 2 minutes and 3 seconds for the Excelsiors? Coolis wants to try again. Looking for hat-trick. Not being allowed to shoot by Kuhlman. All the way back up top. Big time fake there from, I believe that was Ward. As now Villas comes back with it. Shot clock not running at the moment, so I wonder if there's an issue. This is a couple possessions as it now starts. Sheehan out to the outside. Kelleher will set the screen. No room for Durkatz as Phoenix pull and recover nicely. As did Liam Steele, who will chase Kelleher to the side of the cage. 10 left on the shot clock as the shot sneaks through O'Toole from the outside. Buzz have not trailed in this game as they retake the lead. Starts with Kelleher, and with the defense all going down low. Yeah, I was wondering if that was Sheehan. Absolutely lethal from that far out, as you see there. Well, they're saying Xander Durkatz either way, 4 goals from 4 different goal scorers. Now becoming a story again for Oakville, as they had only 1 player score multiple goals on Wednesday, and it was Xander Durkatz. And Brampton will answer just that quickly before the goal announcement is even had. Tied yet again, 4-4. Reminder, when these 2 teams played at the end of the season last year, 9-7 was your final for Oakville. Oh, that's a mighty pick on the near side, but it goes uncalled, so call it legal if you want. Logan Donnelly there to even this thing up. Horseman, Thompson pick up assists. As we might go back-to-back here. Will Sheehan. 8.5 minutes left to do that here in this second period. McAlpine for Sheehan. Ripped it right off the face mask of Mark Van Scheppen. Dawick backpedaling now. That's Luke and Will Sheehan. 2 of the more offensively minded players on this Buzz team are going to get stuck out here on defense. Luke Dawick in the corner. Spying down the ball carrier, Eric Acton now. Ward will chase it. Dante Bowen. Normally a defensive player, but he can do damage this side too. As Bowen was matched up with Dawick and Mancini there to have the last word. Dawick will head off after his defensive shift. Durkatz sets the pick for Kelleher. Big tie up in front of the crease as that ball hit someone in the foot, I believe. Owen Chevaliello. Durkatz one-handed in front of O'Toole and didn't get enough of the goaltender or the net before the 30 expired. Over 30 shots now already for the Excelsiors. 31-24, all knotted up where it counts though. 4 apiece, where we've gone back and forth here in this second period. Outside shot. Darcy Thompson has it skip wide, and the race is on between him and Dong for this rebound. And the Buzz captain will get there first. Huge fake and a goal. This is what Chris Dong does. Look at the stick work here to keep it away from the defender there first, and on the finish, my goodness. Chris Dong, and yes, the 5th different goal scorer for the Oakville Buzz, but plays in basically every game. Has played a lot on this turf too. Came up through the Rock Elite system. Been part of the Oakville lacrosse scene for quite some time, and Dong now wearing the C for the Oakville Buzz. And this their 2nd full season, 3rd officially, of Junior A lacrosse. Season 1 taken away, the COVID pandemic. They did participate in the bubble. Bounce shot from Kelleher in there on O'Toole. Kind of no-look the pass, it looked like, to Bowen, as there was a defender right in the face of O'Toole. Here's Eric Ward. He'll give it to Acton. Acton outside. Donnelly shoots and bounces it around Bagnall. Mancini saw it the whole way, though, and we picked up by the Buzz with 6 to go in the period. Carter Moran. The outside, Moran will give to Dawick. Luke Dawick in with it. It's about to say we haven't seen Jake in a while after hobbling off, but out there now as he got taken down by Pullen. Oakville bench wanting a reset, and it reset inadvertently, I believe, is the call. So your clock on screen incorrect, as that will do it for the shot clock. Liam Steele. To Pullen. Here for Horseman. 2-point night already for Bowie Horseman. 2-goal night for this man here, Dante Koulis. Koulis for Horseman. Had a cutter in Thompson. Couldn't find it. Koulis will let one rip from long range into the stick of Mancini. It'll pop out right into the stick of Coleman. Back come Oakville. Trying to extend this lead. Back-to-back goals early on in this period. Got it up to 2, but a quick answer from the Excelsiors. Tied it 2 other times. Right. Over there for Sheehan, who shot well falling. Shot it right into the kidney pads of Kelleher. Forcing the shot clock. Bowen. Looks like he may be hobbled here. Yeah, that's not a good sign as Dante Bowen gets up limping off to the bench, and I think that was part of why that went over and back. Getting attention from the trainer. Big hit knocking Villas down, back the other way. Jake Dawick and Luke Dawick recovering for the reset. Luke going to take it to the cage. Rebound to Kelleher. Just wide. Durkatz will bring it down, and they'll sneak a change in. Just one player, though. Jake Dawick getting it again, and a screen from his brother Luke, who I think knew it was a little too aggressive as he immediately turns and heads to the bench. Steele. We'll leave it in front. That visitor bench. Back now for Horseman. Donnelly set the screen. They tried to turn it back into a pick and roll, but the ball rolled away. So Koulis again on hat-trick watch. Big screen from Donnelly. And the shot from Koulis hits off the glove of Kuhlman and just turns and runs away like nothing happened. Sheehan, big high step shot from right. coming in. O'Toole will make the save. Rebound picked out of the Brampton crease, and it'll be carried up by Ty Carty. Eric Acton yet to get on the points sheet here tonight. Acton faked the pass, took the shot, and it's off Mancini and up out of play. Horseman will get the reset. Initially looked like he was going to go to Acton, went up top instead to Whiter, and his shot went hard off the leg of Bagnall. Meanwhile, back the other way on the run, Moran shot wide. It's off the end glass. And Moran is in pain now over on the visitors, on the home bench, after eating all of that shot in the leg. Inside the 2-minute warning here in the second period. Ball down for Donnelly. He'll pick it back up. Screen coming from Coolis. Donnelly, his shot. That hits somebody in front. And the shot clock continues to tick down, now under 10 seconds. Big hit on Whiter. Forces him up and out of the play. Coolis gets the reset. Just trying to fling it anywhere close to the cage with the clock winding down, and Donnelly will pick it up. Ward drilled into the end boards. You can hear the official from up here saying, watch the back. No penalty there against Oakville, but Brampton will regain possession on the run. Thompson, low shot. Mancini saved it. Where's the ball? In the stick of Villas. Coolman backing his way across the restraining line inside the final 60 seconds. Jake Dawick, quick shot, skips wide of O'Toole. 15 on the shot clock, about 40 to go here in the period. Don't know if there's time anymore to go 2 for 1. Jake Dawick was trying to find Sheehan high in the air on the far side. O'Toole wants to know if he's coming to the bench. Brampton used one of their timeouts in that first period. Oakville have both in the bag here. Shot clock a non-factor. O'Toole on the bench. Brampton looking to tie. Here's Coolis. Ball staying high right now, and here comes the play. Shot from Thompson. Right back into the stick of Horseman. Donnelly just over top of the cage. And what an action-packed second period that was. But same result as the first, though, with the Oakville Buzz leading 5-4 with 20 minutes to play. You're watching Ontario Junior Lacrosse League action from the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
On our family dairy farm, there's a saying that the sun doesn't start the day, we do. It's our daily reminder to be our best, make our best. And that our dairy farm doesn't just take care of our family, it's part of something bigger. That's dairy done right.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Gatorade.
Back inside the Toronto Rock Athletic Center, Dante Bowen not on the bench coming out here. He was helped off, and that's the reason why right there went hobbling off in that second period. A massive loss for the Brampton Excelsiors, who trail 5-4 to this point. Shutout for the first 26 minutes and 32 seconds of this game, but then pair of goals in 43 seconds got them back within one. We went back and forth from there after Oakville scored 20 back-to-back in 24 seconds to start that period. And they start with the ball again to the Oakville Buzz. Here's Durkatz to Malachi Good. His bounce step, popped that ball free. Right low shot. That one sails wide. Simon D'Souza ducks for cover, the official. For it. Bounces down the floor. Eric Acton and Matthew Kirchmeier saying hi to each other before the restart here. Excelsiors going left to right here in this third and final scheduled period. Chris Da Silva cuts the corner and scores. We are indeed all tied up. As Da Silva gets the equalizer. Dong and Adamson. Back to the line. Bowie Horseman picking up his third point of the game, as does Koulis. Sheehan yet to get on the score sheet. Tried for one there, now chasing this loose ball down. Hey man, Liam Steele. Ball played down in the corner. Big high step from Eric Acton up top. Gets the screen. Acton had gone to the crease, however. Acton ended up in the crease, and that's why his ball is turned back over to Oakville. Run out by Travis Hukel. Hukel trying to avoid Donnelly. And Kelleher will bring it down. Kelleher for Sheehan. Will Sheehan to Kelleher in front and floated it just over top of O'Toole and slightly wide. Here comes Ty Carty. The pass to just Silva. It'll come back to Whiter. Down the far boards. Big stop up from Koulis. Only player on either side with multiple goals in this game. Koulis has scored twice, both of them right in front of the crease. That shot from Da Silva, trying to make his bid for a second, stopped in front of Mancini. Thomas Bagnall will leave it for Luke Dawick, who will flip for Sheehan. Durkatz, Malachi Good, and Jake Wright also out there. Right across for Sheehan, takes it to the cage, and it's in. Will Sheehan. Getting back on the board, one of the top offensive players for this Buzz team last year. Official thought about it for a little bit, but does give the goal and the lead to the Buzz. Mark Van Scheppen picking up that face-off after the Adamson win. but quickly turned over, and Phyllis racing in. Ten different Buzz players have now registered points here in this game. They're late in their shot clock, right with his first assist. Tried to get it back to McAlpine, but not in time for a shot. Phoenix Pullen will bring it up and across center. That was a trademark of this team last season. They did it again on Wednesday. And the screen, Bagnall got run over. The bench actually asking for a delayed game penalty. A couple steps taken by the ball carrier there, but officials have let him play tonight. And Turcats looking for Good. That one over top of Malachi Good, who then fell and turns it over right into the stick of the captain, Riley DeLille. DeLille on his wrong side twists it and did it hit Mancini. Both officials confirm and say no, it did not. Turcats looking for Dawick. Pass just over top of him. That's a couple now from Turcats that have sailed high of the mark. See if he checks the stick. Mark Van Scheppen. Back for De Silva. He'll play it to Acton. Shot clock under 10, down on the floor as the number on screen is wrong. This should be shot clock violation as Witter tried to bring it back towards the crease of Mancini. Carter Moran leaves it for Dawick here. 5 minutes gone in the third period. 1 goal lead here for Oakville. Kelleher. Low shot. O'Toole makes the save and will hang on. Donnelly out of the corner. Picked up here, Mancini, and we'll get a stoppage as the clock has been stuck on. Well, now as the whistle sounds, it starts rolling. (8-5) is the score in the Mimico Peterborough game. Mountaineers still on top. They're making their bid for win number 2 of the season, which would put them atop the standings. Only other teams who have played twice, Whitby and Toronto, played each other and split the series between the two teams that represented Ontario in the Minto Cup. How about Trayson Stewart, the draft pick of the Whitby Warriors? Knew he was going to be good, but pair of goals in both of those games. As O'Toole trying to figure out where that ball went after making the save. Caught up in the jersey. And the Excelsiors bring it back out. Checking that out-of-town score. We remind you can download the OJLL app from the App Store. Stay up to date throughout the Junior A season. Buried down below the goal was De Silva after taking the shot that reset the clock. Oakville grabbed the rebound and bring it over center in the stick of Luke Dawick. Sheehan. Dawick on his wrong side is going to circle in behind the net. Takes the pass now. Sheehan wanted it in front, but was tied up by Carty. Sheehan does get it well away from his shooting lane, and Neil Adamson there to take it away. Stick knocked out of the hands there of Eric Ward with the ball still in it and quickly picked up by Bagdo. Do have an Eric Ward fan in the chat. As Kelleher will bring it off to Durkatz. Kelleher, Malachi, good low shot, skipped wide. Durkatz saves the over impact, and on the run, shoots low, looking for that low 5-hole on O'Toole again, and this time crouches down with the leg to cover up. Connor O'Toole has one of the best goaltending coaches you can get, with father, coach, and GM Pat at the helm of this Brampton bench. De Silva looking for the swim move. Long outside shot. Eric Acton in on Mancini, who hangs on. Big fake from, Miles Newport before Sheehan takes over. That quick shot seems to come out of nowhere from Sheehan. Obviously, he's got the big windup and can pick a corner like we saw earlier on, but Sheehan's also got that little deceptive delivery that he can let go at any time. Darcy Thompson lost control after a few dance moves to avoid a double team. He got tangled up with Cale Carey behind the play. Durkatz, with 9 minutes gone here in the period, will slow things down. Kelleher off the bench. We're to the far side. This is Jake Dawick looking for shooting room and scores. Dawick simply taking it to a spot where he could find a shooting lane. And look at all the steps that get counted here before ripping that one in. All the shots have gone low. That one, again, finding just a nice little home right near the knee of O'Toole. And the largest lead of the night. Second time it's been up to 2 goals for the Oakville Buzz. Kelleher's 3rd assist of the game, by the way. And the 7th different goal scorer. May have nearly had another one in quick succession as Carter Moran made his bid for transition. All these Dawicks out here, of course, brother Josh playing in the NLL this season. Couple games from the Oakville Buzz. Phil Mazuka, a graduate a few years ago, also seeing time. Talked about the 2 goaltenders drafted last year. How about a former Excelsior up for MVP this season in Jeff T. Joining Dane Smith, former KW player. Sheehan all alone in front. And somehow O'Toole went with all the fakes to make the save. Eric Acton. Will fake it up top. Acton still has it. Gives to Koulis for real now. Koulis still sitting on a pair of goals. Still the only one in the game that can boast that. Put it in the corner. Horseman back with it. Koulis, big pick. Shot wide. And Ward shovels it back to Mancini. Did beat the clock, but Bagnall right there to grab the rebound. Excelsiors have led in the shot department all night long, still do, but only by 2, 39-37 now. Sheehan from the outside. Defender fell in front and looks to be hurt. It's Mark Van Scheppen who's getting up slowly. Already, Dante Bowen left this game and has not returned. Trainer actually staying with him out on the trainer's table. Will now head off with Van Scheppen. Man, oh man, bad news for Brampton. We'll take a timeout. Well, the latest injury here, Van Scheppen gets buried. Trying to set the screen and getting attended to by the trainer. Over on that Brampton bench, we'll keep one eye over there again, already without Dante Bowen. This is a rough first game of the season for the Excelsiors. Still in it, however. Here's Horseman going through everybody. And he's going to get the reset. Brampton trailing 7-5, by the way. And it looks like Mark Van Scheppen has now shrugged off the trainer. It looks like he's okay. Out through the middle. Here's Horseman again. High shot. Mancini made the save, and then reaching in the crease, Callum Witter. Again, one of those quirky Canadian crease rules. As that cylinder extends all the way up, and you cannot reach into it to grab the ball out. Could a few seasons ago when all games were here on turf, but reverted back to the old rule last season. Halfway through Oakville's shot clock now. Sheehan for Kelleher. Cross for Durkatz. Durkatz returns for Luke Dawick. Down low right. Thought he had a lane with defender losing his stick. Kelleher, oh, what a save from O'Toole. As the shot clock sounds, we're going to get a penalty here to Brampton, though. But my goodness. What a save. Connor O'Toole right here at the buzzer. Full splits mode. For the young Brampton goaltender. Quick passing here amongst the righties of this fifth Oakville power play. Sheehan for right in the corner. Dawick, no look. Back here for Durkatz. His twister wide of the mark. Off the end boards. Picked up. Back out there is Van Scheppen leading the counterattack. And he'll slow things down. Cheviello picking up the holding the stick penalty. Oakville going to leave Chris De Silva all the way outside here. Shot clock down to 5 seconds. De Silva back for Ward. Backs away from pressure to open the shooting lane. Gets the save for Mancini. Will he get the rebound facing three Oakville defenders? The answer is no. That took half the penalty time off the board, however. It'll be about 50 seconds remaining by the time Oakville gets set up. Putting McAlpine in the corner. Sheehan to quarterback. Right now, Durkatz. Out through the middle, Malachi Good. Sheehan back to Durkatz. And the play works to perfection. It all started with a Malachi Good screen from the far side. And as he comes up, watch it right here. That's going to open the seam for another high screen, and Sheehan finds Durkatz all alone. And the first power play goal of the game for Oakville gives them their largest lead, 8-5. One for 5 on the power play. After going 1 for 6 a couple nights ago, are the Oakville Buzz. Wonder what practice is going to look like this week. Bounce shot in on Mancini, of course, still early in the season, still waiting for some players to return from school. As run over there was Kirkmeyer. Brampton getting the ball back. It was right in front of the Buzz bench. They wanted a call. Instead, they're watching the Excelsiors and Koulis go to work. Koulis with it up top. Long outside shot. Bounces off the shoulder of Mancini. Brampton have the rebound. Swarmed is Eric Acton. Still trying to dig for it, and coming in with a couple big swings was Callum Witter. And nothing more than a loose ball violation here. And out of that, Bagnall going to pick up a penalty, a couple more chops, and an illegal cross-check coming against Bagnall. Let's go back to the scrum and show you how this developed. No penalty here, but watch as this loose ball battle continues. Everybody on top of Eric Acton. And there, the couple extra shots from Callum Witter is what got Oakville all upset. So now Brampton a chance to answer. Just their third power play of the night. As Koulis from the outside, down in the corner, finds Acton. A bit of a leap in that shot. Mancini made the save, rebound up for grabs on the far side, and Acton kicks it back to himself, and big time hidden ball play there. Acton had it the whole way. Shot comes from Ward, and Mancini will hang on. Chris Dong takes a chop and then gets on his horse, nearly beat all comers. But Dirk Hatz was right there with him, and he'll hang on and slow things up. 4.5 to go here in regulation time. It's a 3-goal lead for the Oakville Buzz. Minute to go in the Brampton power play. Shot clock winding down. Dirk Hatz does get the reset, but it'll bounce into the stick of Liam Steele. Steele for Thompson. Liam Thompson, cross crease. Off the stick of Acton. Brought down by Matthew Villas, and Oakville back the other way again. Cale Carey. Waits for Luke Dawick, and with 30 seconds now left in the penalty, Oakville will slow it down. Can't take it the entire way. They'll get it down to about 12 seconds. Will Kelleher, McAlpine, and company. McAlpine gets swarmed there, and now Kelleher taking it to the outside boards. Oakville wanted a... They're going to wait and see if this ball was picked up, I think, the officials, before Kelleher got hit into the boards. Unless they're asking about the shot clock, I'm not sure. But they're coming out with Brampton ball. Oakville wants an explanation. Myself the same, I think, and that's not going to make it any better as a skip shot from Darcy Thompson changes direction around Mancini, and he'll score to bring Brampton back within 2. This shot is just going to change direction as he backs away. Oh. Joel Johnson, the coach of the Oakville Buzz, wanting that explanation. 6 goals off 47 shots now for the Excelsiors. Still trailing, however, 8-6. As 8 different players have put one in the back of the net from this Buzz bench. Under 3 to go. As we head to the end here, look out. Malachi Good spun right back into a check, and then standing over his prey was Ty Carty. Excuse me, that's DeLille, who threw the hit on Good. Extra attacker out for Brampton. 2.5 to go. Pat O'Toole pulling the extra attacker. Low shot from Koulis. Bounce looked like it was going right back to De Silva. They did get the change in behind to return O'Toole back to the net. As Thompson and company took a few seconds to get it across center. (8-6) here, 9-5 Mimico still leading Peterborough. dive attempt from right was getting pressure from behind, and O'Toole will go back to the bench again with 1:45 left to go. Cavallello for Thompson. 6 attackers set for the Excelsiors. They'll have an extra timeout here to finish off this period if they want it. Koulis, a number of fakes, actually shot well in the middle of the screen. O'Toole had changed in behind the play, so they'll wait for him to get back to the bench as Acton picks up the loose ball. 8 seconds away from the last minute. Long shot in there from Thompson. Around the back, Acton gets swarmed as he came out to take the shot. Kicks it away from Mancini. Out of the corner, digging forward is De Silva. All of this on Brampton's shot clock right now. Acton not aware it's in his feet. Big time scrum. 3 each. And they're going to call Hukel for standing on the ball and not moving it, I think, and give possession and a fresh 30 to Brampton. 44 seconds left. Koulis' shot off the end glass goes the rebound after hitting Mancini. Picked up here by Thompson. Still no timeout from Brampton. Thompson looking for the crease pass. It's tipped down. Outside shot from Horseman. Mancini this time will hang on to the rebound, and Oakville will use their timeout. I'm pretty sure that Brampton has one remaining, but elected not to use. An interesting decision as now Joel Johnson will have a chance to set up his play. If you want to get your official Ontario Junior Lacrosse League apparel, be sure to visit OntarioJuniorLacrosse.com. Hit the shop button, which will take you to the Bar Down Wax shop. NLL gear there as well. And all the official merchandise of all of the teams in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, the newly released Bar Down OJLL store at OntarioJuniorLacrosse.com. You can also download the OJLL app and stay up to date with the entire schedule, standings, and stats of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. Be sure to follow at the OJLL on social media as well for our upcoming schedule. We're right here on this YouTube channel. Villas trying to break the double team and can't. Trent Robertson, gotta go. Gets it up here, and oh my. Hard shot that went off the back of the helmet of a buzzed player, and then Sheehan went right into Mark Van Scheppen. This at the horn, so celebrations already going on behind the play around Dante Mancini as the Oakville Buzz become the first team in OJLL to 2 wins. They'll be atop the standings, and it looks like they'll be joined by the Mimico Mountaineers in just a few minutes. For the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, our producer is Colleen Grimes. For the JVI Sports Network, it's Gary Morrison. Our director tonight was Rachel Wolf. On behalf of all of them, my name's Matthew Carrick. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We'll talk to you next time. Your final score from the Toronto Rock Athletic Center, the Oakville Buzz 8 and the Brampton Excelsiors 6.